All right, what is good, everybody? Welcome to the Spiritual War Room. We are here to do a reading for the 2024 presidential race, the bid for the White House. We are looking into Republican candidate Ron DeSantis, all right, guys? So we're going to start by pulling one of these Archangel tarot cards for a general message to DeSantis' supporters, all right? We're going to look into different areas where we're going to look into where Ron DeSantis stands and how he feels and what he really thinks about his views on people of a different class, gender, religion, race, or sexual orientation. All right, guys? We're also going to look into how would a DeSantis presidency impact Americans in healthcare, housing. What does he plan to do with the problem of homelessness, job creation in the economy, and the conflicts with Russia and China? We're also going to look into immigration. How does DeSantis's administration plan to help people who are fleeing their countries? Okay. We're going to look into where he stands on the environment and his stance on free speech and censorship, okay? And then finally, we're going to look into how DeSantis's past has shaped him in a positive way or a negative way, okay? And we're actually going to look into both. And then we're going to look into DeSantis's feelings on the Supreme Court, okay? How does he feel they're doing? Are they doing a good job? Does he feel like, we're just going to see his overall feelings on the Supreme Court. All right, guys? So, before we jump into this, don't forget to show me some love, like, share, subscribe. Remember, guys, when you send me good energy, I send that good energy back. All right, guys? So, let's start off by pulling a message for DeSantis' supporters. A message for DeSantis' supporters. Supporters of DeSantis. All right. DeSantis. All right, what message do you have for his supporters? We have the Six of Ariel. Material needs get fulfilled in magical and unexpected ways. Acts of kindness, giving or receiving with a grateful heart. Okay. We have the leap of faith at the bottom. I wasn't going to put it out, but I'm going to. It says, believe in yourself, listen to your heart, and do what gives you joy. Material needs get fulfilled in magical and unexpected ways. Everything happens for a reason. Release regret, embrace the opportunities for happiness, search for the silver lining. Okay. So DeSantis supporters could be okay. Why does his supporters need to know this? Let's look at the Five of Raphael first. Everything happens for a reason. Release regret and embrace the opportunity for happiness. Search for the silver lining. What is this card about? What is it that... Okay. I don't know why. I'm getting Disney, the Disney thing. It's like a lot of people are struggling financially. Okay. Release regret. So he could be regretting that. he might want to make peace, like send an innocent, like an innocent message, like a, you know, nothing. It's like straight to the point. But it gets, you know, it could be that he wants to make peace. Release regret. It could be he regretted whatever decision he made because he knew that it was going to go from, it was going to bring his state, yeah, this is the Disney thing, from being, I'm hearing job creations, like I don't know, like whatever opportunity that he went up against, like was going to offer many people job, you know, possible jobs. And these people are struggling financially because of the mistake he made. Yeah, it was like the government versus Disney, right? Get out of here. And Disney's like, all right, cool, we'll go put our take our show on the road. And that yeah, I don't know, man. That's what I'm getting. So a message to his supporter, he does want to make peace with Disney. He's regretting, you know, I think it takes a strong person to be able to admit those mistakes, because it's an ego hit, you know, I don't know, just, it takes a strong person to admit, yeah, okay, I was wrong. This could be DeSantis wanting to continue to build whatever it is that they were building, because he's understanding how this partnership is for the betterment of the people that he is in charge of. I heard somebody just kind of say something about him and his views on race. We're going to get into that. You know, we're going to get into that. So he does, as far as DeSantis, like, he wants to see his state do better, and whatever partnership he had to make was going to make his state better. And I don't know, probably because of his own personal beliefs on certain things, made him, like, gave him a little bit of an overinflated ego. And if well, again, I'm hearing somebody talking about race, but he's a racist. I don't know yet. We'll see. We'll look into that. But or something about the LGBTQ community. We're gonna look into all that, okay? He wants to bring stability to his state, financial stability, and he understands, look, okay, if somebody's so up in arms about him being a racist and him being against the LGBTQ, which I do not know if he is, I mean, something like this is an important step for him to be able to go to Disney and say, okay, I messed up, I got a little bit in my ego, I was wrong. It's going to open the door for him to be able to come to other communities, because I don't know, something that I've been feeling pretty recently. I've been feeling something about this victimhood. It's just, to me, playing the victim and playing that role that we're being oppressed, when it's like people like, I'm just gonna say, like, Republicans, they don't. I'm kind of only getting this because I'm picking this a little bit up from Trump. It's like they respect people who try, right? But they don't respect when it's coming from a place of this victimhood. So it's like, stand in your power. I don't know if this is making sense. I just kind of feel the need to say that. It's just maybe, and I don't mean to offend anyone. I'm just picking up the energy. It's like, if you want to make progress in your cause, don't come from it from a victim place. I don't know if this is making sense. I don't know why it's I'm getting like this trigger, like it's some kind of like invitation to fight and argue and battle something. It's just like, I'm hearing like this woke thing. This whole woke mentality. It's like you're fighting with, I don't know why I got this image of like this line of military men with like machine guns and tanks behind them, and people are going up to them and saying, you know, waving papers in their face. It's like you're not, these people, they have very thick armor. It's like you have to talk to them on like, I don't know. It's not about feeling like making them feel bad. It's about appealing to them and their, I don't know if this is making sense. I don't know why this is coming out. Okay. I'm gonna pull myself out of this, okay? You do have to appeal to these politicians on a different level. But it's like, your story is not often their story. So you have to make it their story by like talking to them and their traumas. Only then will they be able to really awaken and like be like, oh, okay, maybe I do need to make some changes. Maybe this is what happened to DeSantis. Maybe he felt like, you know, he awoke into his own triggers that was driving him to do certain things that were not in the best interest of his state. And for him to be able to go to Disney and say, hey, I fucked up. This is really going to affect my state, and I don't want that to affect my state. I mean, I'm getting it more like he wants, you know, a politician they want to know that the place they're overseeing, their economy is good. I got that with Biden. Biden was like this too. Like it was a very soft spot for him. It was like he wanted to know that the United States economy was good under his leadership. DeSantis wants this too. He wants to know that his state's economy is good under his leadership. But it took something happening to him for him to see the error of his ways, that he acted impulsively and recklessly. Yeah. Whatever that they were building, whatever that was being built, was going to bring new beginnings to people, opportunities, just to support themselves. So material needs get filled in magical and unexpected ways. Yeah. Let's work together. Let's partner up. Again, for money. Please don't walk away. This magical, yes. Okay, maybe they might stay. They might stay. Okay. Acts of kindness and giving and receiving with a grateful heart. He's starting to open up his heart a little bit. Oh my goodness. Okay. Anything else? Magical ways. There's that. He wasn't sure how he was going to get out of this. It's really like having to mend. I'm getting it like a relationship, like a love relationship, when one fucks up and the other one has to kind of go out of their way to it's this relationship. But DeSantis he knows, it's not just, he knows he fucked up on this one. Okay. Yeah, the decision he made was going to affect his state. Yeah. So he knows what he has to do. Oh my God. Hold on. What is this? Is this working with the devil? What the hell is this? What the hell? I want to say Disney's the devil, but what can you tell us about the devil? Take a chance. What chance was this? The truth. Was this to work with the devil or go in a different direction? I'm sorry, guys. This is crazy. Who is the devil? The hangman. To not move forward? So he has to make peace with the devil? Hold on. What is the devil representing? The money. The money. Holding on to them. What the fuck? Oh my God. Guys. Why is this partnership? So it's Disney. Wow, guys. Wow. Poor DeSantis. Man, if there's people that are saying that DeSantis is racist and he's it's man, it's that machine, man, behind the scenes. It's the, I want to say it's the Democratic machine. You know, you say the wrong thing because, again, you guys have to remember they work for the same team. Okay, there is no right, there is no left. They all work for the same team. So it's like, it's just the illusion that there's two parties, right? So that's why third parties will never get a chance to, third party candidates will never get a chance to debate. You know, didn't they restrain, what is her name? Okay, I forgot her name. She's part of the Green Party. Oh my God, her name left me. But this is why they don't give. See, they don't want people to remember these people. That's the point. That's why they don't give third parties a chance. They don't. So if people are saying DeSantis is hateful, he's racist, because I was seeing some of that stuff, but I'm getting that this is like Disney and the Democratic Party's bully machine putting pressure against DeSantis. You are going to be a good puppet. You are going to be a good puppet. That is what they are telling DeSantis, guys. Wow. It's like, yeah, you're going to do what we say, or we're going to leave your state broken and you know, just, I don't know. Like, we'll turn our back. We'll do it. We'll do it. You're going to partner with us. And DeSantis is having to come. No wonder I got that image of the dog with his tail between his legs. They're like, it's okay, you know. Once we give you a treat, you know, you're going to be happy again. Oh my God. Yo, come. Disney is wicked. Yeah, these are deals done behind closed doors to keep people from moving ahead. So Ron DeSantis, man, he got strong-armed into submission when it came to Disney and this Democratic bully machine. They sent their dogs, and they could be saying that, you know, these dogs could be attacking him, saying he's a racist and you know, that kind of shit. We're gonna look into it though, guys. If he's racist, it's gonna come out, okay? But this was the message to his supporters. Man, hopefully it doesn't turn into a long reading. All right, guys, so I'm going to push pause real quick and get a little bit more organized, and then I'll be right back. All right, guys, so we're going to continue on, and we're going to look into Ron DeSantis' views on those of a different social class, gender, religion, race, and sexual orientation, okay, guys? So we're going to start with social class. What are his real feelings on people of a lower class than him? Or maybe even those who he sees as above him. We'll see. Two of Cups. Those of a different social class. This is really pulling in race. So minorities of a we want to see how he really feels about I'm not really sure what this is, guys. Judgment. He could feel like people weren't seeing the deception of what Disney was doing. Judgment's going to be called. So if he's worried, oh, they'll turn that against him. I'm hearing you can't win. So it's like, you know how they say things get worse before they get better? This is probably one of those situations where things were going to get worse. And that's what they were holding over his head. It's like, we can make everything go to shit for you in your state. And so he's trying to fight off these devils, these liars, you know, who are threatening to bankrupt his state. And he's telling all the people, oh, he's horrible. He doesn't care about the poor. He doesn't care about jobs. He doesn't care about blacks. Because he does care. But people want to, you know, people that he fights against will make it look like he's irrational. And he feels like people of a lower social class or different social class, he feels like they don't see the truth. They can't see past the deception of what kind of battle is really being fought behind the scenes. He wants change, but no change is coming in. It's just like, I fight these battles and I can't win. Wow. Yeah. It's almost like it's almost like he wants to walk away from this battle. He's just like, you know what? There's no winning. People can't see past the deception. And this could be the deception of Disney. Disney's coming through real strong. So this is probably a message to, well, the voters, you know, that if you're wondering, he doesn't care about the poor. He really does. And sometimes to make things better, things get worse because, you know, the devil has a stranglehold on Florida's economy. You know, it's like people are going to get hurt by taking this leap. And it is the people who are more in poverty. Again, that's why the Democrats want This is like good, bad cop, bad cop. The Democrats and the Republicans play this good cop, bad cop. Republicans are bad cops, and the Democrats are the good cops. And this is why the Democrats want people poor and dependent on them, on the government, for welfare, because, you know, oh my God, wow. Oh my God, it's like poor Ron DeSantis is like, man, I'm out of here. I'm done playing this fucking game with you guys. Cause he was on, oh God, cause he was actually fighting against this system and how they use one another, companies and powerhouses like YouTube and Google and Disney and, you know, whatever. They use these big powerhouses to, you know, whoever has the most control, economic control over a state, that's the person that is bullying your governors, guys. Those people are the ones bullying your governors. And then they're going to threaten you. Oh, yeah, we're going to pull all our job opportunities and move them to China. Or whatever they say. You know, that's what they do. And these governors, they either have to play nice with the devil so they can keep giving to, you know, the citizens of that state could still receive, you know, have an income. Wow, this is crazy, guys. Yeah, he's like, I don't want to hear it. 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 And oh my God, man, wow. He's like, he doesn't want to hear this shit no more. He wants to move away from this. It's like, you can't win. You can't win. That's what, yeah, so he's like, now I have to do something that they don't want to do, and that's make peace. But the people that he was trying to get away, it's like, oh my God. Wow. Wow. He's saying this partnership is wicked, man. And if we don't play nice, they're gonna pull any kind of support, and, you know, wow. They really do play these politicians like puppets. Wow. Disney. Not good, Disney, because there's consequences for being that way. Wow, Disney. That's crazy. So he feels like, as far as his views on those of a different social class, he feels like he's being misrepresented. That he's not this elitist snob, you know. He had to work hard. Oh my goodness, guys. Hold on. I might have to take this, okay? I'll be right back. Alright, guys. Sorry about that. I'm not really sure, like, I'm getting like this image, like, DeSantis is someone who's he's very he's very fact-based, right? He could have seen this person, whoever this is, they very creative and balanced, whereas before he saw this person like they had their head in the clouds, you know, they had lost their marbles, not realizing it was intuition. Yeah. Okay. This person has their head in the clouds. Okay, so they're seeing they're balanced, okay. DeSantis. This is a judgment call, like putting up boundaries. Like maybe this is somebody who, okay, so this could be somebody who maybe saw whatever shit was going on between him and Disney. They took their side. They sided with Disney, and you know, this person walked away from this. Yeah, moving away. And he thought that this person had lost their mind because they didn't see the deception that was going on with Disney and how they were manipulating. Yeah. People, when dealing with Disney, you're going to move the way we want you to move, regardless of how you feel, what you think. If we tell you, put that mask on and play the little lamb, that's what you're going to do. If we tell you to jump off that cliff, that's what you're going to do. That's what you have to do if you want to work with us. And these people are stuck in their head like, well, do I really want to do this? Do I really want to partner with the devil and be two-faced to the people that trust in me? Wow. This is DeSantis, man. Okay. This is crazy. I never really looked into the politicians like this. So seeing them in a whole different light is kind of like surprising to me too. All right, guys. Let's look at people of a different gender. No one fell. Where is it? Okay. There is, this is transgender I'm getting. These are, okay, let's see. Let's say somebody wants to switch, they identify as a different gender, okay? Children. He just, okay, so let's say there's a child that says that they identify as a different gender. I guess what his views on this is that we should wait. This kid is still young. Their mind isn't fully developed. They need to be able to sit with themselves, really love on themselves first before making some kind of decision to switch. because he is afraid that young children will make this kind of transition. He wants to block this somehow. It's like almost like sitting in timeout. Go sit in timeout. I don't know why I got that. You know, you're sitting with yourself, thinking about everything in life. Because here, once that's crossed, right? Once this transition is made, they think they're leaving something terrible behind, only to walk into things that it's like, my heart. This didn't fix my heart. This is, I don't know if this is how it is. This is just, I think, how he feels. These are his views. He doesn't. If this is some heat he's gotten about some policies he held or is holding, I don't know, or some kind of legislation he's pushing through, I don't know. For him, he's feeling like he thinks these, when they're too young to really it's like the kids are, it's the responsibility of the mother and the father to ground these children, okay? But the father has to be loving, the mother has to be supportive. He's all for that, but it's like the family unit, it needs to flow. And when the mother and the father aren't doing their parts to be loving and supportive to keep this child grounded, he feels it's like this legislation or this policy is to kind of like block this. Because this child, if they get away, if they cross over to, get past this, this child is thinking, I'm leaving behind unsupportive and unloving family who don't get me, only to find out that there's a cold, cruel world out there, and they're going to have to heal their heart on their own. The mother, the father bird, they're gone. This person has to heal their heart on their own, mend it on their own, because the mother and the father couldn't do it. So Ron DeSantis is putting all the responsibility back on the parents. Like, look, you gotta, if your child identifies as a different gender and you're loving and supportive, once they're old enough, then they can make that choice on their own. But I think this is talking about children. This is putting the responsibility on parents. It's your duty to create well-rounded, healthy children, okay? These are his views. That that it's their responsibility to raise healthy children, like happy, healthy children, like loving and accepting who they are and being supportive of them. But as far as like these children are pretty easily influenced. They're easily influenced. Their minds are very, you need to mold their minds, not allow them, like, not leave them without guidance and allowing people to get in their mind, in their ear. This is Ron DeSantis' views on people of a different gender, and I'm getting this. This is transgender children. I don't know if he has policies dealing with that, but So those are his views. He really does feel like these life-changing decisions should not be allowed to be made until a child has hit a certain age. Okay. Yeah. Their heads are in the cloud. For them to make such a sudden and drastic change. That's how he sees it. All he's saying is sit with some time. Sit with yourself for some time before making such a drastic change that can change your whole life. You know? This is about like doing some inner healing before you make some kind of change. Make sure everything is all your ducks are in a row. That you release all the hurt from the past. That you're not making a blind decision before you think you're moving towards something, getting away from something horrible, only to find something worse. Alone, you know? Wow. Okay. How does he see? Hold on. Let me write down the times. I didn't get. We're gonna look into religion. How does he see people of different faiths, huh? How does Ron DeSantis see people of a different faith? How does Ron DeSantis feel about people of different faith? Let's come together. Have victory. Love. Yeah. He's all about community, man. He really is. Wow. He is. We have Ron DeSantis right here. It's like he knows that it's important to have community, right? But there's so much division in the family unit, in our communities, that this isolation keeps us divided. This conflict keeps us divided. It's about not really getting to know. We know people of different places, from different places, because of what we see, what we read, with the internet, like you can learn a lot about a person's, culture and stuff, but you don't really know how to integrate that in your life. You're like, in real life, you just, people know, are intelligent and they know a lot without knowing anything. Well, like, I read that in a book. I read that online. But do you know how to, like, commune with your brothers and sisters? He doesn't believe people do. He believes people are so, like, you have to have a team. You have to have a team. And you take a lot of pride in that team. And that really keeps us separated and isolated from really getting to know one another. He understands this, so he's all about, different religious beliefs coming together. He's all for it. Okay. Okay, he's all for it. Yeah, let's feel free. Let's feel free. Ron DeSantis. Wow, okay. I like this energy, though. I'm not gonna lie. This is saying this person did not know that you were just trying to get out of a difficult situation. That you were trying to move away from the devil. Yeah, they didn't know that they were trying to bind you. That you were trying to find a way out. Yeah, this person did not see that. Alright, okay. Let's look into race and ethnicity. This is the one that people are like up in arms. He's a racist. You're not safe in Florida. Isn't that what people were saying? How does he feel of people of a different race? Okay. Wow. Okay. Hold on. Okay. People of a different race. This is... I'm learning. I don't know. Wow. The devil. This whole racist, he's a racist, it's like, are you going to take my offer? Look at how the devil has his hand out. You going to take my offer? If you don't, we're going to make your life a living hell. That's the sneaky shit that's going on. That's the truth, though. Total honesty. Are you going to take my offer? He's trying to ask God, like, God, like, what the fuck? How do I defeat this devil? He's trying to get ideas of how to defeat this devil. They're coming after him. He's trying to find peace. He's trying to find the truth. He really is trying to connect to God. He really is. Like, how can I move this forward? Because I have these gatekeepers, these devils here, doing shit behind, in secret, spreading lies. And again, like, hold on, guys. Yeah. You break up with us, we're gonna end you, says the devil. Damn. Yo, Ron DeSantis, man. Poor guy. He's really like, oh, wow. Crazy. Yeah, so they are, So this is telling you guys, if you're like, he's a racist, he's hateful, he's this, he's that. No, these are lies spread by the devil, because Ron DeSantis doesn't want to, make a deal with the devil. And it's like, that's what you guys have to understand. The moment you say no to that deal, they're gonna lie, they're gonna slander you, they're gonna send their troops against you. The LGBTQ community, the Black community, whatever communities the Democrats have in their pockets. I know that Ron DeSantis is a Republican, but I'm telling you, the Republicans and the Democrats they play for the same team. It's just an illusion of this back and forth, back and forth. Ron DeSantis knows this. And because he wasn't playing nice with his team, they sent the blue team to terrorize him. Wow. That's some crazy shit, yo. This is some crazy shit. So as far as race, ethnicity, it's all lies. It's all lies. Because Ron DeSantis doesn't want to play nice. Wow. This shit is crazy. Oh my God. I kind of feel bad for the dude. My God. That shit sucks, man. All right. So we're at 56 minutes and we're only on race and ethnicity. Let's go to 57. Let's go to sexual orientation. I know we talked a little bit of the LGBT or trans people. I wasn't getting like this hatred. But again, it's like Ron DeSantis, like maybe he doesn't have anyone around him that is a part of that community. Maybe, if we don't have people, if we're not exposed to different groups of people, we can be kind of ignorant. So instead of getting angry and playing victim, let's inform. Okay, let's inform. That's what needs to be done when people don't understand us. We inform them. We don't get defensive. We don't attack. We inform. Okay. Yeah. We're looking into sexual orientation. Whoever you love, whoever you're sexually attracted to, be free. Go be free. It's like, okay. So he's saying, despite what other people feel, you have to be sure. This is why DeSantis wants people to be absolutely sure of the decisions they make, because he's like, once you make that decision, he's like, stand on that. This is who I am. Stand on that and be, claim that victory. If you're gonna, all he's saying is, if you're gonna be choosing something that most of society sees as, taboo, which I don't think they do, but whatever. It's like, what do I know? He's just saying, like, here, how does he feel of people of different sexual orientation? It's like, if you choose something else that makes you feel free, that's who you're sexually attracted for, he's all for it. But he's just saying there are going to be people who are going to try to bring you down. And it's like, all he's saying is, You know, you have to be strong and march to the beat of your own drum. Take your time. Take your time to decide what it is that you need, what it is that you like, what it is that you want. And once you make that decision, be proud and stand on that. So that way this energy can't affect you. That's his message. I don't think he's trying to bring people down. Let's see. Okay. He's just saying stand on it. This man does believe that it's a mother's responsibility to... Okay. He does feel like it's a mother's job to raise the children, you know, but that they have moved away from that to become more independent and work, leaving the children at home to kind of raise themselves. And I don't think it's like raise themselves, but it's like having proper guidance. That's how he feels. So he does feel like a woman should be home. If you're going to have children, if you have children. Not that a woman shouldn't work. Yeah, people might not like that, but if you're going to have kids, this is what he's saying. If you're going to have kids, like, take care. Throw your energy into raising these children. I heard, don't be overbearing. Don't be overbearing. Like, this isn't, he's not saying you have to be one of those overbearing parents, but this person, Ron DeSantis really does believe that a mother should be, oh shit, I just ripped the shit out of my card. Somebody didn't like that. That a mother should be taking care of the family, the home. The father is the provider. And, yeah, things are just kind of, he feels like things are kind of out of whack. So we're looking into sexual orientation. I think they think that he believes, I don't know if that's true either, but from what I'm getting, he believes that there's a lack of guidance from healthy parents. And that the children are confused. Because they could be hiding the types of people they serve. Okay, so he believes, like, if you don't have proper guidance, you will be led by people who shouldn't be guiding you. Look at all these kids are attached to this King of Wands. It's like, my dad's working, my mom's working, so they're hanging out with this dude who corrupts their minds. I heard corrupts their minds. And this is pretty specific. It's not like this is what happens everywhere, you know. But this could have been an experience that he witnessed, that he's just like, that's what shaped his beliefs, his views, and his policies. You guys have to remember that. Like, there's certain people that go through their own experiences, and that's why they go on these campaigns to make change. Okay? But you want people to understand where you're, you know, why you do what you do. Help them understand, okay? So about, yeah, I think I'm gonna leave that one there, guys. As the election gets closer, we'll filter out through all the candidates and we'll look into their policies. I don't know how deep we'll get into that, okay? But okay, we're at one. So we finished that. We're gonna look into next, how would their presidency impact Americans in regards to healthcare, housing and homelessness, job creation and the economy, the conflicts with Russia and China, immigration, the environment, and free speech and censorship. Okay, guys? But I'm going to push pause. I'm going to go take a break, probably go get some lunch, and then I'll be back. All right, guys? So we'll see you guys when you guys see it, it's going to be right after this. But yeah, I'm going to go take a break. So I'll see you guys here in a bit. All right, guys? All right, guys, we're back. So we are going to look into how would Ron DeSantis's presidency impact Americans when dealing with healthcare, housing and homelessness, job creation, economy, conflicts, immigration, environment, and free speech. We're going to start with healthcare. What does he plan to do when dealing with healthcare for Americans? Oh. Forgot to turn these things back on. Gives me a little bit more light. All right, so how does Ron DeSantis' presidency impact Americans? Okay. I like it. He does want to help improve the healthcare system. People who feel bound and trapped, and this could even talk about improving mental health. Improving mental health would be a good investment, because the whole reason that the healthcare system is so broken is because they don't tend to their mental health. Their mental health and their emotional health will improve their physical health. Yeah, it's like giving them hope. I heard this could also help improve suicides. It's transmuting their depression into creativity. When they're able to do that, they can use that creativity to build something, even if it's like a side hustle, being your own boss, that's what he wants. He does see this. By tending to people's mental health, it can improve the economy too. People feel happier to work on things, to contribute to society. He wants to invest in mental health. Invest in preventative care. He wants people to have success when it comes to their health, because he understands how everything's tied together. Wow, okay. This is interesting. Yeah. how to stay emotionally balanced through difficult situations. This is having to make tough decisions, staying balanced, finding, you know, love within oneself when you're alone. It's okay to be alone. When you're okay being alone, that's when healthy relationships come in. Because your heart is healed. It's almost like your person is your home, is your safe place. But you can only find that real safe love when you find love within yourself. That's investing in your mental health, your emotional health. So he knows how everything is all tied together in the economy, in healthy family units. He understands how taking care of yourself, your mental health, your emotional health helps improve all those other areas. So he really would want to invest in healthcare. So I like that. Okay. So let's look into housing and homelessness. How does he plan on improving, or how would his how would his presidency impact housing? He might not know how to improve that. Wow. He doesn't know how to improve it, because in order to improve it, there has to be some kind of rebalancing of these scales, because everything is off. So the King of Swords is very intentional, very practical. He thinks a lot about the solutions, okay? The Hierophant over here, this represents the government. This could be big pharma, this could be the healthcare, something, you know, healthcare providers. They're laughing. The way they laugh, it's like he comes up with the solutions or a solution, and they just laugh at it like, yeah, right. Because again, this having to wear 2 masks, where he has to go wear this mask to the people like, I'm gonna do this for you. He has another mask that he wears that in front of these people, where, you know, he's really, wow. Healthcare, he wants to improve it, but his hands are tied. They won't let him. Whoever they are. Yeah, that's a secret. They laugh at him like, oh, you think you're going to help them? You're right. You have your head in the clouds. Yeah, so how he's going to bring it, I don't know why I said healthcare. We're talking about housing, huh? It could apply either way. So if we're taking it for housing, I don't know why I said healthcare. Maybe that's something that he's really fighting for right now. But if we're taking it for housing, it could be like the banks, the government. Like, we're not going to invest in that.
you think you're gonna, it's like there's always a problem to the solutions that he brings. And behind the scenes, it's like, this is a hidden battle. So he doesn't know how he's going to help people come up, get on top. There needs to, yeah, he's thinking about, it is about housing. Because the Four of Wands talks about stability in the home. How can we bring stability in the home? He's really trying to come up with ideas. But again, the way this one's laughing, like, yeah, right. You really think? So he has to walk away like it's not going to happen. That's the communication. It ain't going to happen. So as far as housing and homelessness, if he does, he might not know just yet, but he's brainstorming, and anytime he has any kind of solution, there's a problem to that solution. Anything else for housing and homelessness? Yeah, there's a lot of people, like 10 of Wands, that's like leaving home. He's like, how can I help these people who are in despair, where, they're looking for a place to lay their head at night. How can we help? He's really trying to come up with some solutions. Okay, he wants to restore stability in homes, in the home space, because he understands, again, like he understands health is important to the overall economy and the stability in homes. He understands, they have to be healthy and happy, you have to have a stable home life, making it affordable. He wants to be able to give somehow. Maybe investing in housing. There's a lot of people that don't know where to go. But it's like I can't give and be generous because there's people that are holding the money. Like, no, you're not going to spend money on that. This is people who, you need a new computer for the office, and they tell you, no, you have to stick with that one, that broken down, busted one that freezes and shuts down every 2 minutes. We don't have money to invest in work equipment, but they'll go buy a ping pong table or pool table for the rec room, something like that. Like, they're so, he really is trying to find a solution, man. He's like, he has every time he comes up with the solution, this is DeSantis. When it comes to the housing, he comes up with some kind of solution and it gets shut down, and he's like, man, there's an actual problem that we need to solve, but anytime I come up with some kind of idea, it gets shut down. So I'm trying to think, how can I bring balance? He's really brainstorming, man. But these people are telling him, remember the Hierophant, how he was laughing, like, yeah, you got your head in the clouds if you think we're gonna invest in that. He's been fighting this. He doesn't know. That's why he's brainstorming. Wow. It's gotta be tough to be DeSantis, man. I didn't realize he had it so hard. Damn. it's hard for the people who are actually trying to fight for something that they believe in. The ones that don't fight are the ones who are just trying to get you to conform. So a lot of times the one making the noise is the one you have to like listen to. All right, so that was housing. Job creation. Let's look into job creation. What does he plan to do to create jobs? Okay, Five of Wands. Five of Wands. This talks about like very competitive jobs. Fives also talk about tourism, production, police and detective work. Interesting. Interesting. Okay. Definitely tourism has to be really big. He wants to invest in that. That's why he's like having to, play nice with Disney. Because Disney's threatening him with that. So that's definitely something that he wants to. He wants to create more jobs when it comes to tourism. He wants to bring in more tourists. And then police and detective work. I got something. I'm not going to put it out there, but that was very interesting. Whatever that was. Okay. He wants people, the reason why he wants people to be balanced and good in their mental health and know thyself. I heard know thyself. He wants people to know themselves very inside and out. When you know yourself inside and out, like you're able to manifest, you're able to grow, and you're going to have multiple opportunities open up to you. By allowing someone's creative work to create abundance, and like the economy's gonna flourish. This is interesting. Wow. Wow, okay. Yeah, the Wheel of Fortune. Oh my God. Turn your pain into power, but you gotta do the work. You gotta do the work. Yep. It's like, okay. You're gonna run away, or you're gonna put in the work to turn that pain into your power. He knows the importance of investing in mental health. Okay. He wants to open up opportunities for people to grow. So this could be small businesses as well. This is, it has to do with law enforcement, huh? Yeah, a lot of sevens, 777. It's interesting. Someone who really needs to put in the work. Could be teaching too, management, politician, defensive jobs. There's a lot, yeah. This is a jack of all trades. Can do anything. Maybe going to school, maybe teaching something in law enforcement. Interesting. Can do lots of things though. He does plan to he has some interesting things planning coming for the state of, what is the state of, we're talking about presidential, so oh my god, okay. Interesting. DeSantis, okay, so let's move on to the conflict with Russia, okay, and China. How does he plan to deal with this? I keep thinking of him as the governor, but I'm forgetting that we're pulling for the 2024 election, and he's running for the nomination on the Republican side, so interesting. Let's look into how he plans to deal with the conflict with Russia and this war in Ukraine. Let's get one for Russia. Yeah, he wants to move away from this conflict. The war with Ukraine is causing financial struggle to the United States, and he wants to, he's thinking like, what's the smart thing to do? The smart thing to do would be to move away from this conflict, trying to bully Russia. He's he's a very logical thinker. He's not just talking out his ass. He's bold. He's bold in his actions that he takes, but sometimes his actions end up having the opposite effect of what he had intended. It's like, this is the right thing to do. I'm gonna be bold and take action, and he ends up with the fucking headache because it's like he's hitting his head into a brick wall. Again, remember the Hierophant? It was laughing at this, that smug. Like, you thought. But he keeps trying, man. He keeps trying to break through. But he's having a headache. He's getting a headache from this shit. He needs a different perspective. He needs the Queen of Swords. Let me show you how to kill these people. You don't have to kill yourself. Let me tell you, Wow. Yeah. It's important to protect your head, your head. Protect your mind. Don't let these people get in your head. Damn. So he does want to move away from conflicts with Russia, but it's like every time he tries to say something, they're like, no, they shut it down. Like a little, I'm getting like this little kid, like trying to tell their parents something really important that they need to know, and they keep telling them to sit down and shut up. You don't know what you're talking about. That kind of shit. I'm getting that kind of energy with him, like that's how they treat him. It's like the people that have the most sense, they'll tell you to shut up, like you don't know what you're talking about. We've been doing this longer. You don't see. You don't know what we know. I don't know. So these could be like older politicians. Yeah, these are older politicians. They tell him, you're young. You're too young. We're experienced. You're too young. You sit down. I don't know how old DeSantis is or how long he's been in politics, but Yeah, that's the treatment he gets, man. And he has the most sense out of everybody that I pulled for, man. So far, I've only pulled for 2, Biden and Trump, but so far he actually has ideas, you know. He can see things for what they are, you know. And because he can see things for what they are, people, they're like, no, whatever you want to work on, we're walking away from that because yeah, we want to lose money fighting these wars, fighting in these conflicts. You don't know what you're talking about. Oh my God. So the problem would be, how would it affect the conflict with Russia and China? DeSantis would want to shut it down. And he would be told that he didn't know what he was talking about. Yeah, they would shut him down. The whole point is to keep these conflicts going. So for him to think that he could try to make peace and play nice with Russia and China is, you know, these institutions were laughing at him like, yeah, you have your head in the clouds. So obviously we know where the problem is coming from, right? It's not DeSantis. It would be the people who control everything. Because even he has to obey the rules, you know, if he's going to play in politics. There's rules that have to be followed. But he's trying to go against the rules. But there's like, they put... oh, man. Ugh. This is frustrating. I'm getting frustrated. I can only imagine how he must feel. Wow, okay. So they're going to fight him. They're going to fight him from every side. They'll probably call him a Putin lover, that he's having a love affair with Putin, the way they did to Trump. Yeah, that's something that they would so do. All right, so let's look into immigration. Let's look into immigration. His feelings on immigration. How does he plan on helping this situation, improving this situation? Yeah. So, his plans on immigration. We have the King of Cups. He really does want to be empathetic and compassionate towards these people. He's trying to brainstorm so the way he believes in the family units, in how it helps the economy, it helps situations more at home if more people would be tending to their mental health, their physical health, their financial health. But in order to do that, again, there has to be peace and balance in the home. Again, he's fighting for his own state. He's requesting the honor to fight for that on the national level. He understands the importance of not just doing that on the national level, but on the global scale, that people have to be safe and happy and secure in their homes, no matter where they are, no matter what their beliefs are, whatever. You know, that's a fundamental right, is to have safety, home and health. And that's what he wants other people to provide for their own homes. But again, there's a lot of sneaky shit going on behind the scenes, and these are the governments. There's multiple players involved. Governments, banks, like, all these large entities are in on it. And I heard I'm just one man. I'm just one man. Oh man. He feels like that. I'm just one man going against all these entities, all these powers that be. And the solutions require going against these powers, and he's having a hard time. But what he desires for his own country, he actually desires for other countries as well. It's like, we want to deal with immigration, we have to hit it at the root source, and that's the sneaky shit that is going on behind the scenes, the things that are not known. But the people have to wake up and stop putting all their hopes in a politician, because they're putting their hopes that these people are going to save them, and these are the people that are manipulating and making life difficult for these people behind the scenes. So as far as immigration problems, he wants to be, open to, and compassionate towards immigrants, but he understands the whole problem has to be hit at its source, and that's within their own governments. Interesting. Okay, DeSantis. How will that go? If he becomes a president again. Oh, that idea to make peace and play nice? You don't know shit. We're older than you. We're more experienced. They profit off of creating instability, like these powers. Profit off of creating instability in other countries. So when the people of those countries are fleeing, they have to convince the American people, or whatever country they're fleeing to, that we should be kind and nice and play nice and be giving and generous, and let's use your tax dollars to take care of them. And they're building, a lot of people are getting building up this resentment against immigrants, but the people that are taking your tax dollars to give to accommodate the floods of immigrants that come into these countries, they're not telling you that the reason why these people are fleeing their countries is because behind the scenes they're profiting off of creating instability in those countries. But they're not gonna pay out of pocket to help these people. No, they want the citizens to pay for it. Now, I'm not saying this to create anger or hate towards immigrants. If anything, we should have a lot of compassion and understanding for their situations, but it's our responsibility to hold our representatives accountable for why this is going on. All they want to do is play on your emotions, and we need to be loving and generous and giving. Yes, we should, but we also shouldn't be creating instability with our tax dollars. We shouldn't be creating instability in their countries that they are fleeing. So Ron DeSantis, when it comes to immigration, they are going to try to shut him down. every chance because you're not going to hurt our money. These conflicts bring us great fortune. Immigration is just the price. Let everybody, let people just fight it out. Republicans against Democrats, black against white, Muslims against Christians. Let them fight it out. We're getting our money. Shit, we're on top of the world. All these people, let them fight against these people. We're good. Ron DeSantis, sit your ass down. We're not going to let you fuck up our money. Damn. That's how they're gonna shut him down. So again, you have somebody who really wants to be in that position to make a change, and they're not gonna let him change anything. They shut Bernie down that way. He really wanted to see some change. Like, Bernie didn't want to increase taxes. He just wanted to fix how everything was being spent. And people didn't want that because you're not going to take money out of our pockets, so we got to call him crazy socialist. You know who else was a socialist? Jesus, that radical. Can you believe that? All right, so immigration. Let's look into the environment. Let's look into Ron DeSantis' stance on the environment. Will he protect the environment? Is he a threat to the environment? Let's look into it. Ron DeSantis, okay. We got the Four of Wands. This talks about home. I think he is concerned because his state could take a hit. You know, if so he's thinking, he's studying, he's trying to come up with ideas. What's the Four of Pentacles? Let's look at the Four of Pentacles real quick. I don't know if it's like can we fund this, or people don't want the extra taxes, or something that requires some kind of environmental protection, or it's the devil not wanting to pay up. We're not going to invest in that. Again, this is Ron DeSantis. It's like, let's fight it. You know, people in my home state are really worried. I'm really worried. And the devil's like, no, we're not going to invest in that. We're not going to invest in environmental protections. Because again, poor Ron DeSantis, man, I feel really bad for him. It's like, he's a really smart dude. He comes up with solutions. Whatever these solutions are, he takes it to these people, right? Like, okay, we're saying that this is an issue. This is an issue. How can we solve this issue? He offers up some kind of solution, and then they shut him down. They're like, no, we're not doing that. It's like, God, damn. So the devil is like, he is worried about this. He's trying to, again, he's being represented as the King of Swords. This is someone who's a very intentional leader. So he doesn't do things just to do them. He really thinks, he thinks things through, you know? Science, facts, like, he's trying to find solutions to protect his state. He's trying to do their part, right? And the devil just won't. It requires some kind of financial investment, and whoever has to invest in that is like, no, we're not going to do that. So, wow, Ron DeSantis, wow. So he does want to protect the environment. He is on the good side of that. Again, needing to partner with somebody who, I don't know, who knows more about this. I don't know. The lovers doesn't have to be love. This could just be a partnership. Like, it could be a mutual love for the same thing. Like, if he wants to protect, if he cares about the environment, partnering up with someone who is equally cares about the environment, to come up with logical solutions, reasonable solutions, not just, again, these two are very intentional in what they do. They're not just going to be throwing money at something that they don't believe is going to work. They've been doing the research. They've been doing the work. So, as far as the environment goes, he does care. He might have to sometimes put on the mask for certain people, depending on who he's in front of, to say, oh, I don't really care. But he does. He really does. Yeah. He feels like sometimes he has to betray what he believes in because these people are like, well, we know better. We know better. We need to do this. And so he's just like, he betrays himself and his beliefs. He's outnumbered. All right, so that was environment. Free speech. Free speech. Let's look into free speech. How does he stand on free speech and censorship? Fool. Okay, so I'm here. Free speech isn't free. I don't know why I heard that, but I think he does believe in silencing certain people whose speech can be, I heard, detrimental. Because the fool is somebody who's very, very reckless, careless with what they say. And he believes that they do need to be silenced because whatever they say, I'm getting kind of like, this is someone who believed Trump's rhetoric would create a lot of upheaval, and so silencing him was necessary. So Ron DeSantis probably did believe in, like, censoring Trump, for example. That's why I heard free speech isn't free. This is like, some institution was given money to silence him. So did they pay Twitter? I don't know. Did the government pay Twitter? Hey, we want you to censor Trump. Shut him up. Like, I don't know if they did that. But they were... I don't know. I don't follow... I have Twitter, but I don't ever get on there, and I don't really pay attention to what's going on in Twitter land. So... if they did censor him, I don't know how long that was for. But somebody was paid to shut him up because they needed an opportunity to get away. Like, shut him up long enough for us to destroy these documents, pack up all our shit, empty the house, you know, and we can go off and be happy and be with our money, and, you know, nobody has to know anything. Because there was someone who was investigating. There was someone who was investigating whatever it is that he was saying. Huh. So why is... Okay, so he does believe that if it's their rhetoric is dangerous, that they should be silenced. But you have to remember, they'll I don't know, man. I'm getting... Again, the same thing they're kind of doing to DeSantis about, like, oh, he's a racist, he's this, he's that. Is the same tactic they use for people to label them, you know, crazy. And that January 6th, man, we should look into that again. Okay. He does think it's fair that some people get silenced. Again, I think it has a lot to do with whether he thinks their rhetoric is dangerous or not. But, like, again, who gets to decide that? You know? Who gets to decide? Because sometimes they'll label something dangerous rhetoric when it's just someone speaking the truth on some abuse of power. You know what I mean? Like, they're trying to overthrow me or whatever they want to say, but it's like, nah, fool, that's really who you are. And people should know this. And so who gets to decide who gets to enjoy the perks of free speech and who doesn't, you know? There could be a lot of infighting. This is like fighting within the family. So this could be fighting within the parties about some dishonesty, their plans falling apart. Again, it's either because they need to be silenced because of their dangerous rhetoric, or people abuse that authority when they have that position that we have to cover up our dishonesty. That's really what's going on. Even I think that maybe sometimes people need to be silenced, but the line for that is pretty far back. Like, nothing hateful or, you know, condoning violence. But I think people, I don't know, it's very messy. The people who get to make those calls their hands are dirty. Wow. I don't know. So I'm not really a big fan of his views on free speech and censorship. I don't think, man, someday I'll talk about why that is. It's gonna have to be a whole book, man, of all my phases I've gone through to become the person that I am. But damn, there's a lot of people who get shut down and censored that really really shouldn't have. I heard such as, I don't know, I can't think of anyone right now. I can't think of anyone right now. I mean, I can. It's just the reason I don't want to go into it is because there's going to have to be a whole conversation as to why that is, you know, because I don't want people to misunderstand, like, just because I think this person should have the freedom of speech to say what they want to say doesn't mean I agree with what they say. You know what I mean? But just because I don't agree with what they say, you know, doesn't mean that I think they should be shut up. Like, you don't say what I like. You need to be shut up, shut down. They need to shut you up. I don't think like that. You know, I don't. Because the truth is, you know, if I believe in what I stand on and what I stand for, then it should be able to hold up to scrutiny. And I'm not afraid of that. So that's why I don't care if people challenge me. Because, you know, hey, there might be something that's said that might change my point of view, and I'm willing to change that. And so I really don't believe, I think if you are a big fan of cancel culture, and if you're saying mean and rude things to me, and then you know, you want people to tiptoe and walk on eggshells to make you feel good. I'm not saying that you shouldn't, you know, stand proud in who you are. I'm just saying, you know, like I feel like I do for myself is, you know, I don't care if people challenge me because I know what I stand on can withstand their scrutiny, their criticism. And I'm not threatened by that. So I don't know, man. I think I'm going off on, I don't know, like, I'm not a big fan of cancel culture. There are certain people that I think should be canceled. But again, not for the reasons that you guys would think, you know, it's just like, It's mostly about, like, how people make their money and how they I don't like people who play victim. I don't like people who play victim. Like, it's just like, you're only a victim if you choose to continue to be. There's things that happen to us that should have never happened, but it's ultimately up to us if we're gonna live in that pain, that sorrow, that resentment of I'm a victim, or are we gonna, like, allow it to empower us? So people who sit in that victim mentality, I don't, there's a period of time that people need to take to heal. And you got to be sensitive and understanding. But there's a point where they have to get out of this. I need to be protected. I need to be, catered to. I need to be, I don't know. It's just like this. I need to be safe. And again, safety is important, but again, you have to be able to stand and fight, man. Free speech. So it's like, I want that person canceled and censored because they were mean and they hurt my feelings type of energy. That's one thing that I can't get with. Now, if somebody's out there spewing like, these people need to be hurt and taken out type energy, then, that's another conversation. But again, who's the one who gets to decide? That's the question. It's like, whoever's in charge of this has to be, they can't allow their biases to influence their decisions. That's hard to do. That's really hard to do. All right, so free speech, it's kind of messy there. Yeah, that's kind of messy right there for free speech and censorship. So, let's look into their past and how it has influenced him, Ron DeSantis, in a positive way. How has his past influenced him in a positive way? Wow, Ron DeSantis's video is already over 2 hours long, man. Okay, we have the Fool. Okay, so I'm getting, how has it shaped him in a positive way? Taking chances. He's learned that in taking chances, you win some, you lose some. So he's not afraid. He's very bold and courageous when he makes a decision to go forward. Again, not you win some, you lose some. But he's very bold. He's very thoughtful. His actions are pretty well thought out. He doesn't just act impulsively. The Fool can be careless, reckless, but it also talks about taking chances, taking a leap of faith in doing something that might be kind of scary. Stepping out of your comfort zone. He understands that you win some, you lose some, and he's okay with that. He's not afraid to take chances. So that's how his past has shaped him in a positive way. He understands the headaches that come with it, though. Nobody likes to lose, but sometimes we do, and that's okay. There's a lot to be learned from those losses. A lot. Yeah. There's a lot of reflection that comes. So the next time around, you can guarantee that you're going to come out on top. Like, you're going to come in charging, you know what I mean? And come out on top. So, yeah, he understands that. How has his past shaped him in a negative way? How has his past shaped him in a negative way? Overthinking, maybe? Again, remember, he wins some, he loses some. But again, in a negative way, like he doesn't like to lose. So he really overthinks things, and sometimes he can miss out on opportunities because he overthinks things. Yeah, like, yeah. Instead of allowing himself to be free, on certain choices that he should make, he overthinks things and he could walk away. He's just like, well, I don't know. And he just walks away. This is strange because it didn't, in a positive way, he's not afraid to take chances when he's certain about it. Again, he overthinking. When he's certain about it, he's not afraid to take chances. When he's not sure, yeah, he puts a lot of work into thinking things through. He's not an impulsive person, but once he has his mind made up, he's not afraid to take a chance. Okay, so that's positive. But the negative part, like the chances he has taken have been kind of risky and have led him astray and have left him in a place where he was binded and in a lot of conflict. So he doesn't want to get, how it has impacted him in a negative way is that because of this fear of getting bound and tied to this conflict, he doesn't take chances just willy-nilly. You know, this person overthinks. And when you overthink, you're not seeing things clearly and you allow people to get in your ear. So this is the problem, and how it has impacted him in a negative way is that when he starts overthinking, it opens him up to people getting in his ear. He needs a solid people around him that he can trust, that won't lead him astray, because there's a lot of birds in his ear. A lot of birds in his ear. These birds are intended to keep him bound. You know, right here, he's, you know, she's still free. Her arms are free, but the birds are trying to tie her up, where over here they have her tied up. She sees herself as tied up, but she's not. The only reason she feels that way is because she allowed these birds to get in her ear, creating all this conflict. So his overthinking doesn't benefit him. His overthinking does not benefit him. Because there's a lot of people who try to get in his ear and try to manipulate his decisions. So that's how it has impacted him in a negative way. Okay, so let's look into the last thing, now that we're over 2 hours. Okay, let me put this down. Okay, we're going to look into how Ron DeSantis feels about the Supreme Court. Hold on, let me shuffle these a little bit better. How does Ron DeSantis feel the Supreme Court is doing? Doing a good job? Does he feel like they're not? His feelings on the Supreme Court. What are Ron DeSantis' feelings on the Supreme Court and how they're doing? 10 of Swords. Not really sure. I'm getting not. So the Supreme Court is like that last stop, right? I don't know, I'm getting... Hold on. Let's look at the Ten of Swords. The Ten of Swords talks about painful endings. So the Supreme Court is the last stop. They're supposed to be enlightened, right? They're supposed to be illuminated to what's fair and just. So when people feel like they haven't been given fair and just trials, they end up at the Supreme Court. But their plans, they think they're going to get justice, you know, celebration, but their plans fall through. Because the Supreme Court, like they're in bed with they're not going to allow things to, these are bad judgment calls because of who they're in bed with. They're not going to let things go down for these people that they're in bed with. They're going to protect them. Justice only comes to, you only receive justice if it doesn't impact the people that they are in bed with. So let's look at, so that's the Ten of Swords. Let's look at the World. This is dishonesty. Empress, Three of Pentacles, the Sun, Victory at the bottom. Whatever they're saying about this Empress is not true, or whatever this Empress is saying is not true. About, wait, I want to get this right. What is the dishonesty about? What is the dishonesty about? We have the Page of Pentacles, Page of Dice. So there could be an Empress lying on someone, saying that this Page of Dice, this Page of Pentacles, whatever they're illuminating is not true. They could be saying that this person does not support, is not supportive. How are they not, with their messaging, they're not trying to support people with their messaging, but Spirit's saying that's, they are. The Knight of Scoops, this is somebody who puts in the work. It hasn't been going anywhere because of the boundaries, the obstacles that this Empress put in place. So they're lying. What is this? Supreme Court? Who is this that you're talking about? I don't know. Yeah. Burdens, obstacles for someone who is trying to get something off the ground, something that they really enjoyed. There was a feminine energy who's very, this is somebody who's very nasty. They're moody, they're ill-tempered, they're harsh with their words. They create whatever lies they said against this person, is this Empress, whatever this person said on this Page of Cups is a lie. This is a liar. Okay, whatever the World is. What's the Three of Wands? Like Somebody wanted someone incarcerated, but that fell apart. That didn't happen. We're talking about the Supreme Court, right? The fuck is this? And who is this feminine energy that I'm tapping into? DeSantis? The Supreme Court, okay. It doesn't have to be a woman. This could be a man in masculine energy. Okay, so this person wanted somebody locked up. Who do they want locked up? Somebody that they don't support. Who is this that they don't support? We have the Queen. Somebody who speaks truth. Remember, whoever was up here, whoever the world was, this person was a liar. They were lying. The person that they were not supporting is the one that speaks truth. They wanted that person locked up. They were waiting for that to happen, and that never happened. They wanted someone incarcerated. There could have been a lot of people waiting to see this happen, and it didn't happen. Now they're upset because their plans fell apart. Man, is this? Yeah, they were up to some sneaky shit. Their lies. Yo. The Supreme Court. This is about the Supreme Court. I don't know exactly what they're talking about. What this is I don't know what this is about, like who this is about, what this is about. I'm just reading the cards, but this is something that DeSantis feels about the Supreme Court. So there's something, I'm imagining it has something to do with the Supreme Court. Okay. What's the Four of Wands over here, real quick? Not really sure what the Four of Wands is. Speaking truth on some... Speaking some truth of something that happened, and I want to in the home, some violence. It's like in regards to losing money, losing an investment. I heard close to home, partnership. This has to do with, someone spoke some truth about some, like a cheater or some kind of violence that took place in the home, between some partner. I don't know. They wanted this person locked up, but that didn't happen. Because they spoke some truth about that? I don't know. Yeah, somebody spoke some truth, and it impacted their finances, and they're like, oh my God, and something about their partner. Man. Okay, let's move away from that. Let's look at the Six of Swords, moving to calmer waters. What is the Six of Swords? We have the Hangman. They don't know how to move to calmer waters. Yeah, walk away. I don't want to, I don't want to have to defend myself. I don't want to get caught. Tower, like these are people who are trying to run away from having judgment called on them. Maybe that's how DeSantis sees them, like they're all crooks and they're running. Because they don't want judgment. They call judgment on people all day, but they don't want judgment called on them, so they're trying to defend themselves, like by running away. Yeah, because this Page of Cups. The person that they went against is going to bring their shit crumbling down. Wow. They want to call judgment, but they don't want judgment being called on them. But that's going to happen regardless. Judgment's out already. So that means judgment's coming for the Supreme Court. Maybe DeSantis is celebrating that. What's the Magician? They're trying to create illusions so they can get away, but they're not going to be able to get away. They're getting caught. It's over. And it could be this Empress. This Empress could be a mother. This person could be a boss. This is somebody who puts off this facade of being like this very loving, all about the family type of woman. But this person is wicked, man. This person does this person creates false illusions. So whatever they're putting, whatever facade they're putting on right here is just that of a facade. So that way people won't side-eye them when they're doing their fucking bully shit. I don't know who this is about, honestly. This is supposed to be about the Supreme Court, but I don't know. Hopefully it makes sense to some of you. I do not know what this is, but if it does make some sense to you, please comment down below so I will know. But guys, I think I'm gonna leave it there. We're already going on. It's 2:22. 2 hours and 22 minutes. So I think I'm gonna leave it there. Hopefully this brought you some, I don't know, some clarity surrounding DeSantis. All right, guys. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and don't forget to check out the description box with information on how to contact me to schedule your own personal readings if you feel called to do so. Okay, guys, and don't forget to check out the playlist. So I will have all the candidates in those playlists. Okay, guys. Yeah, I'm gonna leave it there, and I'll see you guys next time.